Okay, so the thing is that it's not possible to show the example in in a virtual world like this one. Um, if you guys would have like those who have attended, some of them might have seen the I was covering a letter A and then uncovering the letter and then changing the speed and how you were seeing. But this is not possible here in like I don't know how I'm going to do it here, but just to show you the current change. So what's happening is that oscilloscope already you have seen, all right. Oscilloscope, there's no problem. I want you to see how the current is changing. I told you, I explained you in this part that how in 10% duty cycle 1 ampere, 5 ampere, 8 ampere, how it's changing. So let's see what's exactly happening. All right. Even I have not tried this, so let's see what kind of values we'll get for current. Now, current multimeter I'm using. I hope everyone has used the multimeter before. And if I use a multimeter, that means for the ampere, to find current, I have to connect it in series. Okay, so I have connected in a series. Now let's see what kind of you know current we are getting when we are using 25% duty cycle. So I've started this one. So we are getting 30, I guess 35 to 36 milliamperes. Okay, and speed and this oscilloscope that you can see, I've already shown speed is around 4000, I guess. It varying from 4200 to 4500. It will keep changing here unless we use more components which will filter the current. So and filter the voltage level as well. That's for the real world. I'll explain it in the real when the college opens. I'll explain it that time. Now this current you are seeing, that is milliampere 30. Let's take it as 35 milliamperes. Now that was okay. I'll just annotate so that we don't forget. So 35 milliamperes when we were using 25% duty cycle. Now let's go to 50% duty cycle. That was, I believe, 128. And then start the simulation. Now you can see that there's an increase in current. All right. This one, let's take it as 70 milliampere. 70 milliampere, 50% duty cycle. So 70 milliampere current is flowing, and hence the motor here you can see is rotating at a much better speed. Originally, in 25% it was rotating at, I believe, 4200 to 4500. Now it's rotating. The rotations per minute is touching 9000, and it's in the 8500 range or something. Then let's take 191. Just a minute. Let's take 191. 191 is 75% duty cycle. All right. Now let's start the simulation and see what's happening. All right. So we are getting somewhere around 105 milliamperes. 75% duty cycle. Okay, and here you can see the speed is now at 13, almost for it's touching 14,000. So that's quite a good speed. And and the last one we have is, sorry, this has become a bit messy. I can see here, the last one is the complete duty cycle, that is 100% duty cycle. It's 255, 255, and now you can see complete full or 100% duty cycle is 140 milliamperes duty cycle. Now, I think everyone has noticed this. Yeah, now it's showing 17,000 RPM. Okay, you guys have noticed that 35 milliampere speed, when the duty cycle was 25%, we were getting a 35 milliampere speed, milliampere current, and the speed was somewhere around, uh, I believe the speed was somewhere around 4,000 RPM. For the 70 milliampere current, that is the 50% duty cycle, the speed was somewhere around 8,000 RPM, I think. And then for 75%, it was somewhere around 12,000 to 3,000 RPM. And the last 100%, it is, you can see, 17,000 RPM. I'm just taking round of figures for, to make the explanation more easier. So see, the more current is flowing, more the RPMs are present here. You can see that 35 milliampere current flowing, 4,000 RPM. So speed is 4,000. If you provide more current, that is of 70 milliamperes, the speed is 8,000 rotations per minute. More current, 105 milliamperes current, 12,000 RPM. More current you are providing, 140 milliamperes, you're getting 17,000 RPM. So current, this is just my explanation. Current directly proportional to RPM, and this is why we are able to control the speed of a motor using a normal transistor. Alright, so this is the like the complete and correct explanation of yesterday's uh, you know topic that I was going to talk about, PWM. So there's nothing more to be explained. Also, like now, if you can see here, this, just let me grab this part. If you can see here, the current flowing is 140 milliamperes. Instead of this one, if I use something called as a TIP120 power transistor, it will just give us more current, and more current means more speed in this case. All right, so try using the TIP120, and surprisingly I got the same result here also using a BJT transistor. So I guess you can use this one in real life. However, it will definitely alter, it will definitely change. So this is virtual, this is the virtual world. We are not relying on what type of this is a NPN transistor. All right, this NPN transistor, we are not aware of its specifications properly. It can be a 2 and like it can be 2 and 2A, or else it can be something else also. There's 1 and 1 7 something, so you can use that. Like it depends really on the real life transistors, which one we have to use, how much rotations per minute we need from the motor and all. So this is the complete explanation, and I think I've made 4 parts of this video. Yeah, so this is the 4th part, 40 minutes explanation. So you can, if there are any doubts, you guys can ask me again, and I can explain it over call if required, and I can make another video. So if there are any doubts, please do contact me, text me, or you can even text in the group also directly, so that others, some people might not be thinking about your doubt. Maybe uh, they are confident that they have understood what PWM is, and then when you raise a question, raise a doubt, they will also think that yes, true, why is this happening. So it will help your members as well. Okay, so thank you.